In this season, you got to make it count. You got to stay focused. You cannot get distracted. You got to keep your mind on loving the Lord with all your mind, all your heart, all your soul. This is where you got to focus on his promises. Even though it may look like God has forsaken you, it may look like, he's nowhere around. It looks totally opposite of what God has told you. But this is where you got to encourage yourself in the Lord and stand on the promises. This is where you got to rely on him, depend on him. You got to trust him when you can't feel him. This is where you got to continue to keep going back and forth to the word. Why? To remind you that you can't give up. You got to understand when you're going through the midst of trials that God said, I would never leave you. And so you got to tell yourself that God is with you, even though you're in the room by yourself. You got to tell yourself that I'm going to make it, even when it looks like you don't know how you're going to make it. Why? Because God loves you so much, and he needs for you to believe it with everything that's within you. And so you got to push, child of God, and do not give up, because God did not bring you this far